Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review of another 80s horror film from the year 1982. This time it's Murder by Phone, and the reason it's a DVD-R is because the film, sad to say, still does not have a DVD or a Blu-ray release. The only way you can find this film is if you're lucky enough to find it on YouTube. Sometimes it's not on there, or another website, or a bootleg, because again, or VHS, because it's not on DVD, it's not on Blu-ray, which to me is a shame, because I think Murder by Phone is a pretty underrated flick. It's a crazy premise. That's actually part of the reason I like the film, is the original weird crazy premise, which is this person is killing people by ringing their phones. Person picks up. And then the killer sends this sort of electrical surge that the receiver fucks up their day. I mean, the very beginning, a woman answers the phone and her eyes start bleeding. And there's this like lightning type of explosion and she flies back. And when each person gets killed, it's an event. They're shaking, blood coming out of their eyes. Some people wear glasses, and the glasses explode, and they fly through. Like one guy sitting in a chair, and the blast slings him out the window of this tall building, or make them fly, into their cupboards, or into through glass, their glass door after their glasses explode. One woman answers the phone and she dies, and blood sprinkles on a Mickey Mouse phone, which you'd never have that today. Mickey Mouse phone with blood on it. So, again, it's a very interesting, weird, different premise for a thriller, horror, slasher movie. And also one of the great things about the film is Richard Chamberlain. I think Richard Chamberlain is a good actor. He's the lead in this. I thought he did a great job. He plays his professor, and the woman who dies at the beginning was a student of his. And he's supposed to pick up these things for her parents, but then some stuff he hears doesn't make sense. Like a cop goes, "Oh, she died of a heart attack." He's like, "What? She's only like 20-some, heart attack." Or he's looking through her things, and like there's an earring, and one of them looks charred up. Or he talks to one of the last people to see her alive, a homeless lady, and she said, "Oh yeah, it was lightning." It's like, oh, okay, yeah, what? But then he starts piecing things together and starts an investigation of his own. I also like the guy, I forget the actor's name, but the guy who played the cop. I thought him and Richard Chamberlain shared some nice scenes together. I mean, one of the first times he speaks with a cop, the cop's wisecracked in, and Richard Chamberlain ain't having shit. He's like, "You know what, I don't like your second-rate charade, because your style doesn't impress me. In fact, it sucks." And he's standing up to the cop. Or later on, he shoves the cop in an elevator and tosses him. And I just like the way the dialogue like flies out between the two, and I thought there was actually some well-written dialogue between the two characters. It just, how quickly the dialogue between them fly out. And John Houseman, who's at the very beginning of John Carpenter's The Fog, and he's been in a lot of stuff, John Houseman. Definitely established actor. And he's friends with Richard Chamberlain. You have this bit of a love story, which I thought worked fine because it did not take too much away from the central plot. I thought the actress did a good job. I thought there were a couple more suspense that worked. Like, there's a moment where the killer is dialing, and also Richard Chamberlain is dialing, and the movie shows that they're both dialing at the same time. It's like, well, who? And they're both dialing the same woman. It's like, okay, who's going to get there first? I thought the ending was satisfying when Richard Chamberlain works with the police to give the killer his own taste of his own medicine by tracing the call and ultimately pushing it way back to the bad guy's lair. The killer dies by his own juice, by his own, like I said, taste of his own medicine. I like the score. I thought the score fit the flick fairly well. Yeah, you just say there's a couple things, of course, with this plot. This seems a bit goofy. Like the last shot. It's not a bad last shot, but it seems a little bit goofy. If you see the film, you might know what I mean with the last shot. And again, it's not downbeat or anything. Just like, okay, it's a bit... Okay, it's a little bit hokey. It's not an action-packed movie, so there'll probably be some people who will be, quote, bored with it. I wasn't. Just, yeah, I like the characters, especially Richard Chamberlain. The premise was interesting enough to make me go, well, what's going on here? And where is this all leading up to? And the death scenes, I thought, had definitely a explosive energy to them. I mean, you kill someone with a phone, and they made it pretty fun, these kills. And eyes, I keep saying, the blood leaking out of the eyes and nose at times, and it's like surge of power and they fly back. But yeah, Murder by Phone, it's a flick that's sad to say. I know it's under a different title called Bells. And it's such that this film does not have a DVD or Blu-ray. Absolutely fucking sucks. Just that's the thing, people don't realize when you don't keep a continued revitalization of these films on different formats, there could be a good chance that they could disappear through time. And like, this is a film no one... I would bet money that I'd get less than 5 comments on this review. I'll be lucky if I get 1 comment on this review, but I'm guessing it'll be less than 5. Because no one knows about the film. No one's either heard of the film, because how are they? It's not like you picked it up. It's not like they show it much on cable. It's not like they get a DVD Blu-ray and, oh, you're looking around, you found it. Looking on Amazon, you found it wherever. So if there's no way for people to see it, then there's no way for it to be known. But it deserves to be talked about, and I'm glad reviewing it again. Because I think it's an underrated gem. The way I found this film is a long time ago. I did this thing called first time viewing, where I was looking for movies that I'd never seen before. Sadly, a lot of those have been taken down because of copyright. And I know other people get away with copyright fine and dandy, but for me, I always have the worst luck with it for some reason. But, of that first time viewing, there were a couple gems. Like Shakma. This was one of them. This was probably one of the bigger gems I found during that little marathon I had done. And this movie is better than it has every right to be when the premise is about a killer phone. It's because this madman's doing this. And just the way that the dialogue is, how the actors play it. I thought it kept their good pace. Didn't get too long until there was another kill, and the kills were interesting. It's like, whoa, shit. Satisfying ending. And yeah, I really like Richard Chamberlain, the lead role. I thought he pulled it off fairly well. So either way, thanks for watching my review. Take care. If you can find it, I think it's worth a look. I would say maybe thriller. I mean, it's a little bit of horror, but I would say thriller is a more... It seems like a better fit for a genre to label it as. But either way, I think it's a pretty damn good flick. Underrated flick. I think it's a very underrated one. But thanks for watching. Take care. We will see you in the next video. Later.